Alright, we have a game here, Nurgle versus Ogre Kingdoms. I started the recording a bit late, so we'll have to find out who it is afterwards. I believe it's Coops and Rocket Row, I think. We'll see in the post-game stream. 2 Saber-Tusk packs and the Sky Striders on one side, 2 Saber-Tusk packs and Crushers Great Weapons on the other side. Gnoblar Trappers plus a Gnoblar front line. We have an Iron Blaster, a Tyrant, so you can take a Firebelly. Firebelly with Burning Head, Fireball, and then Fire Breath. I think the Firebelly is an alright unit. I just wish there was a Lord option for the Lord of Fire, because the current Lord melee options are not very good. I think the Tyrant is overpriced. Does have -8 leadership aura. He does have snacks, which is regen in melee combat. Other than that, he can be kind of a meh combatant for his price. On the side of Nurgle, we do have some Furies, some Nurglings, a bunch of Plague Bearers and Nurglings. A bunch of Plague Bearers, Jesus Christ. 1 Chaos Knight of Nurgle, the Barons of the Bog, ROR Frog, a Cultist on a horse with his 2 things that lower people's weapon damage over and over again, and some regen, but that is it. He doesn't actually bring a summon. And the Demon Prince of Nurgle with Fate of Buna, Spirit Leech, and Stream of Corruption. Been seeing a little bit more of this guy. As far as Nurgle goes, I mean, we've seen very little of Nurgle, but when we do see him, this guy is rising up in the ranks. The Demon Prince is just being able to fly and be a decent combatant and a caster. Makes him very versatile compared to like Kugath, who's stuck in place, or a Herald that can be a little squishy. Some of the cav for the Ogres has been briefly forgotten. Barons of the Bog now taking a fight with Saber-Tusk packs, while it looks like the Crushers with Great Weapons and Saber-Tusks are all in the middle trying to catch out this Demon Prince, who they did find on the ground, but they're really not getting a good surround onto him. They're kind of standing around, just holding their private bits. That fucking Fireball did more damage than the Crushers have done surrounding this guy the entire time. Barons of the Bog still slamming down some Saber-Tusk packs, and Plague Bearers easily handled the Gnoblar Trappers once they finally got into melee combat. Firebelly throws out a quick little breath attack on the Plague Bearers, routing his own Gnoblars, but they were about to rout anyway, so who cares? And the Iron Blaster is firing off some shots. The Tyrant was in the backline to defend them. Furies are being used to stop the Gnoblar Trappers from shooting, but the Ogre's front line is entirely faltering, and we do need the Cav to come in. Now they are going for a rear charge, though. If those Saber-Tusks get rampaged by Plague Bearers and sit in them, the Plague Bearers will definitely win that fight. Ogre's mobility is about all they have. They do need to kite back with their Iron Blaster and their Mage. Try and defend that retreat with some Saber-Tusks and Crushers. Big Burning Head onto Plague Bearers and Nurglings. It's not enough to do any real significant damage. Sky Striders are going to surround the Cultists of Nurgle, but it looks like they're all arguing over who actually gets to hit him instead of just beating him to death. And the Demon Prince of Nurgle is chasing down the Iron Blaster. Barons of the Bog pushing off some Gnoblars, other Crushers holding on. The Chaos Knights of Nurgle thinking about finally getting engaged, getting into this battle. And they will get a kind of wonky-ass charge onto the Crushers. Barons of the Bog hop, 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 and as Saber-Tusk try to keep the Demon Prince on the ground. Looks like the Baron Frogs will not allow that to happen. Air Blaster, thinking about what to do. Nurgle, not Nurgle. Ogres give up on the Cultists, say, you know what, fuck this noise, we're not dealing with it anymore, and they are going to go get involved in more important things. Sky Striders get orders to attack the Chaos Knights. Do they get a decent charge off, or do they block themselves like they usually do? Yeah, pretty good, there we go. It finally hit, but they did about 2,000 damage on the charge. Very nice stuff, and the Iron Blaster is trying to deal with the Barons of the Frog Bog. Cool, Chaos Knights getting obliterated by Crushers. Very, very nice stuff there. Balance of power is slightly in Nurgle's favor. This is going to be a decent Burning Head. The Saber-Tusk packs won't really take that much damage. Meanwhile, Plague Bearers will. And with the Burnt Leadership debuff, that'll actually get the Demonic Crumbling going. And really, once you get Demonic Crumbling, it is very, very difficult to stop. Plague Bearers maybe going to stop. Nope. Nope, still crumbling. Goodbye. Them and the Nurglings. So, Firebelly is now the target of the Demon Prince's ire. Demon Prince of Nurgle throws a Spirit Leech down and just charges in, but he is going to get rear charged by Sky Striders and crushes the Great Weapons. I think it'll be very, very short-lived for these Chaos Knights of Nurgle before they die, and a Dismember is going to slow them down to 7 speed paired with Frostbites. They aren't going anywhere. They're all going to die. I imagine also the Nurglings will soon get taken out. Barons of the Bog being here, though, does lower the melee prowess of the Sky Striders down quite a bit. The Iron Blaster gets a point-blank shot onto the Demon Prince, getting a lot of damage onto him. Very nice stuff there. As Furies of Nurgle that are still this healthy for this far in the fight, very interesting. They're quite a squishy unit. Do dive into the last second, just occupying the Iron Blaster, stopping it from really getting involved in anything else. Plague Bearers are about all Nurgle has left. Barons of the Bog are going to lose to the Sky Striders over time. They're just a debuff, but the Plague Bearers are going to have to swamp and bog down everything left. Cultist Nurgle healing up while they take down the Tyrant, who's just stuck in some Plague Bears, having a hard time getting out. And they are probably going to finish him off. Saber-Tusk Packs trying to opt into the fight. But Plague Bears are, their mass is rather thick. And the Tyrant's just trying to waddle out of there. Just get on out of there. Demon Prince and Nurglings used to chase off some Noblars from the rest of the map. Sky Striders getting an attack order out of the Demon Prince. He needs to get back up in the sky and get away from them. Another Burning Head is getting thrown down. Again, to just do some poke, but also maybe lower their leadership enough. These units actually start to have that demonic instability. But somehow their leadership goes up during that, so it was not going to pan out. And then a Burning Head hits the Saber-Tusk in the butt. Does a little bit of damage to them. Not too much. Ogres down on the balance of power slightly. I honestly would disagree. I think the Ogres are doing okay, considering where we're at. Wow, there were... Oh, Chaos Knight's Cav. I thought that was Throwing Axe Cav. I'm like, where the fuck were the Throwing Axe Cav all game? Barons of the Bog wandering forward. Sky Strider's trying to rally with the Iron Blaster. Iron Blaster almost hits the Demon Prince, though he does manage to dodge it with a nicely timed attack animation. Saber-Tusk getting routed off. Crusher's getting routed off. We'll see if Nurgle can hold on. If he has a Fecundity in the back pocket, he should get the Demon Prince next to these Barons of the Bog and the Chaos Knights to try to keep them all healthy. But it doesn't look like it's going to be in time for the Chaos Knights, as the Sky Striders are just going to kick the shit out of them. A Fireball in the rear will get the Barons of the Bog thinking. And yeah, now that they're stuck 1v1 against Sky Striders, debuffs or not, they're not going to have a good time. Another Iron Blaster shot misses the Demon Prince. He's really far away, so it is hard to hit a single entity at that distance. Plague Bearers limping forward. The untouched masses. Quick breath attack from the Fire Belly goes completely over the Nurglings. To be fair, Nurglings are very short. Barons of the Bog about to start that crumbling. Just about. They're hipping, they're hopping. They don't stop the rocking. Meanwhile, other Sky Striders are just going to run over some hapless Plague Bearers who honestly didn't give a shit about that. Now we're just going to turn and probably finish off the Crushers. Barons of the Bog are gone. A Spirit Leech is all that is remembered of them. The Iron Blaster is going to try and get one nice shot off onto the Demon Prince, but it looks like he is going to opt out of that instead, running away. Plague Bearers shambling forward, trying to get involved in the fight. We do have Nurglings in the corner that need to rejoin as well. More Plague Bearers. More! Ooh, that's a pretty big mistake from the Demon Prince. Looks like he tried to land, but the Sky Striders are going to catch him. Once they apply their Frostbite, there is no getting off the ground for the Demon Prince, though they have so far failed to actually attack him or do anything. So far, they're not doing anything. Alright, he gets an attack onto them somehow. Then they turn towards him. Takes a bunch of damage. His speed is lowered, and you can see, there we go. There's the damage we were all waiting for on the Demon Prince, though he might be able to pull through his Nurglings here. That was a little bit of a unfortunate whoopsie-daisy. Fireball coming in hot for the Prince of Demons. He actually tries to dodge a wall on the ground, doesn't quite work out, and now he is stuck in Plague Bearers of his own. With the Spirit Leech and Plague Bearers, he might actually be able to do some good damage on the Sky Striders, but it's all coming at expense of his life, and he is going to start crumbling, which could be a huge problem. Look at that balance of power. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Boom, he's dead. Shifts towards the center. Not as much as I actually would have thought, as the Tyrant is still getting bodied by this cultist. He's like, round two, you and me, bitch. And round two is going about as well as round one did for our poor friend, the Tyrant. Sky Striders charging over to meet up with the Fire Belly and deal with these Plague Bearers. But yeah, it's all about the Plague Bearers. Can they kill everybody off? I don't think so. But maybe if the Iron Blaster has more shots like that, then maybe they can. But a big Burning Head will make sure that those guys are finished. It's going to hit all these Plague Bearers, doing decent damage to them. Their leadership falters down to 6. They're not crumbling yet. I think maybe a better Burning Head would have been over here. Tyrant's still fighting. Wow, he has gotten 500 value this whole time. I hate you, Tyrant. I think you're garbage. I think you're garbage. I hate you! Iron Blaster only has 2 shots left. Still having a hard time really hitting Plague Bearers. That's a lot of Nurgle. Nurgle's a lot of troops left. Iron Blaster shot, misses yet again. Maybe the only unit it would have hit there was... Yeah, it hit the Tyrant, because he has the centered armor. No, Cultist Nurgle has armor centering too. I don't know if it hit him. Another Fireball cast onto some Plague Bearers. Hits a lot of models on its way through, so that was a good cast. Other Plague Bearers are disintegrating, but the Tyrant is getting taken down by the Cultist. Cultist's on a horse, so he's not going to escape. Ogres are out of Lord. They have a caster. They have an elite cav unit. They have an Iron Blaster with no ammunition left whatsoever. A big breath attack right down the awkward formation that Warhammer 3 seems to enjoy, the Congo line. So that was a good cast there. Plague Bears and Nurglings and Cultists, everybody's trying to fight, but I think the Sky Striders charging in here could finish everyone off. Get huge hit onto the Cultists and Nurgle. They might have wanted to rear charge the Plague Bears, honestly. Just, like, get these guys crumbling, get them out of here. But I'm not quite sure. Curse the Slug, slowing everybody down for a bit. Fireball hits some Plague Bearers, but doesn't really do that much damage. Maybe wanted to save up for an undercasted Burning Head to just clear out a whole bunch of chaff. A little bit more fighting, but the Cultist is actually taking a ton of damage from the Sky Striders, and without him, then Nurgle is doomed. This guy crumbles away. Cultist is pushed further off. And I think that is going to be GG. Nurgle just can't grind. Just can't grind him down. GG, well played. Was it Coops and Rocket? It was Coops and Rocket. Aha! So for Coops, Tyrant, I hate it. I hate it. Sucks. Firebelly did fine. Sky Striders did great. Other Crushers did all right. Saber-Tusk Packs did just fine. Noblars did okay. Iron Blaster did fine. Noblar Trappers did okay. Demon Prince of Nurgle did okay. I don't think he paid for himself. I think he's more expensive than that. Cultist actually did really, really well. Nurglings underwhelmed as usual. Plague Bearers did quite well. Barons of the Bog did fine. Chaos Knights got wrecked. And Furies did okay. GG to both. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.